One of my best choices was Mini Metro, which I wrote, an incredibly exciting strategic game that was literally the only one I've seen on my iPad screen. All week, my life became very busy, and that was the last thing I wrote for TouchArcade. For example, would it make sense to build a second, longer road if the road was too complete for some cars to have an alternative route? Are you going to follow it or will you insist on choosing the shortest route with traffic jams? Even when you're preparing a test, it's hard to tell why all the cars come from different places. And when it comes to traffic jams, it's too much to deal with. My biggest problem with the game, as I said before, is how much less clear the behavior on the roads than in a Mini Metro, and how improvements like traffic lights should help. I was able to test different strategies for hours in this game, understand why they all worked or didn't work, and optimize them so that the next time they went a little further. While on the road, I usually finish each game with the same result of 500 to 800 points as in the previous session, regardless of the strategies I develop randomly. However, I'm not ready to say that Mini Metro is better. It may just mean that Mini Highway is a deeper game, which I haven't fully solved yet. Here the game starts to show some curves and edges, pointing to one of the biggest problems: the rules that traffic follows are completely unexplained. And most of the later games seem to depend on understanding and anticipating the evolution of that traffic. If the subway looks like a subway map, the road is more like a board game. Note miniature motorways are only available as part of the Apple Arcade Premium Game subscription provided by Apple. On the other hand, Mini Metro has always been very clear about how every part of the game works. I didn't even know it was more until last week, when I visited the Apple Arcade store room and saw this familiar artistic style with the word Mini on the screenshots. For example, at first I tried to build clean, neat streets, usually on a straight grid, but I soon realized that painting crazy streets all over the square seemed to work just as well.